So, I'm hanging in there for the meantime. Me too. It's funny how that works, right? I'm new. Hi, Miranda. I am Miss Mystic, and I'm a hip hop dance artist, and I also am in recovery. I've been in recovery for 4 years, and I go to my meetings and I talk to my sponsor. Oh my God, P-Chick's here. Oh my God, that makes me so much better. I'm doing this by myself. Good morning. I'm doing this by myself, but it's okay. I'm good. But yeah, so I've been in recovery for 4 years. Sorry, I lost my train of thought when P-Chick came in here. I would say hi. But yeah, I've been sober and clean for 4 years, and I've been working the program. So I feel like this is going to be the best outlook. I do go to my meetings, but I also want to help other people. So today I am going to be discussing boundaries set in motion in recovery. And a lot of people that struggle with alcoholism and addiction, they don't really know how to process boundaries, why boundaries are very important in recovery. So I'm kind of like winging it, really. I mean, I'm very organized. I wrote everything down, but I get really nervous. Anxiety gets crazy sometimes. What's up, Ray? How you doing? But yeah, so I'm just winging it. Like I said, this is like my first time ever going live by myself and actually discussing topics. I'm going to start doing this more often. I feel it's going to be necessary for me to do it, and I want to do it. So yeah. Um, so I'm a little bit about me. I am in recovery, like I said, for drugs and alcohol. I've been sober for 4 years, and I'm also getting my cake tonight as well. So I'm gonna be taking my chip around with uh, a lot of people. But yeah, I didn't really have boundaries growing up. A lot of people walked all over me, and some of them still do walk all over me. But now I know, since I've been in recovery, I formed boundaries that I am it's healthy boundaries. So, like I said, a lot of people in recovery or in active addiction, they don't really know how to process boundaries or even know what they are. And that's in everyday life as well, not just people in recovery, but mental illnesses that people do struggle with on a daily basis. Um, a lot of us can't form healthy boundaries. So, what I'm going to be discussing is what are boundaries and how you can, in a way, form boundaries the way that you want to form boundaries. So, in that process, I had to go through a lot of healing. I had to fight through my triggers, and I had to do my step work. And my step work really saved me and who I am now. So, one of the most important things is boundaries. It's a very emotional skill to have and to also learn in addiction. how to set boundaries as you become more assured with yourself, and knowing what you are, how do you say, comfortable with. Thank you, Mystic Family Strong. So, when you see the power of communication with others and you form it from a authentic and raw place, um, learning to be assertive and communicating with others is very good for you to have and for me to have, because if I don't communicate properly with other people, then I do overthink, and my overthinking can bring me my anxiety back, my depression back, and I, in a way, self-sabotage. And self-sabotage is yourself, um, pushing people away, and giving them that power to, in a way, control you. So it's very good to have a set of boundaries in life. It could improve relationships and maintain your recovery as well. But if you don't know how to form those boundaries, then your triggers are going to be able to overtake you. So in that sense, like I said, I did that deep healing. I had to have my higher power take away the my characters, my character defects. I had I had to make amends with myself and forgive myself in order to even build those healthy, strong boundaries. What's up, Johnny? How you doing? So, wow, I see this. I did this. I've been doing this for 4 years now. And like I said, it's time for me to actually sit there and help other people. And going to my meetings is very, very, very important for me to do. So, one thing that I want to discuss is learning how to say no. Yes, it's easy to say yes to people because a lot of people want to be people pleasers. And when we are people pleasers, we start worrying about what other people think and how they act and how they think about me, right? So learning how to say no um, allows us to lose our train of thought and what we want to do and how we dismantle ourselves to please other people. And me being an empath as well, I have fought with this all my life. I was always a people pleaser. I didn't have my boundaries. I didn't have a healthy set of skills to have where people did walk all over me. And when they did all walk all over me, I was able to cope with the one thing that I know how to do is use or drink. And I wanted to numb that pain of other people because I was an empath and I was taking on all this energy of other people. And I didn't know how to act because I had my own energy that I was taking in as well. So it's very hard to differentiate whose emotions are whose. So in a way, I numb that pain, or the confusion by being selfish enough to drink or use, which made me find myself in very abusive relationships, um, doing high risk behaviors, not thinking clearly, blacking out. And it wasn't until I got sober I started realizing all this. Okay. So when you know how to say no to other people, that's your way of saying, hey, I'm doing this for myself and it's not selfish. I'm doing this for myself because I need to please myself. I don't need to be lost in your chaos. So I'm going to have that set boundaries in place where I can say no to people. I can say no to you because mentally I'm in a way processing it still. But being able to say no to people is hard to do, especially if you're a people pleaser. But like I said, it takes some deep healing to get to say no. So I'm going to share it out again. Anybody who wants to come in the box is more than welcome to. I want to get more input on other ways to set more boundaries or anyway. So me, I had to learn how to say no. It wasn't until I got a year sober, um, until my sponsor literally told me, "Hey, you don't have boundaries." What is that? Like, how do I not have boundaries? Like, I know what's good for me, but the thing is, I know what's good for me, but am I acting upon it? No, I wasn't. I was in a way lost and confused, and I was still in a way my head was still fogged up because I was still in my active addiction. Not still in my active addiction. Um, I didn't have that mindset until I started, like I said, doing the steps. So another thing that I wanted to discuss, there's about 7 things, 8 things that I want to discuss on here. I've been writing all this down. This is what I do daily. Is I do research and I actually put it into my own ways to make sure that I'm able to comprehend. So learning how to say no, that's number one. Okay, learning to communicate your feelings, that's number two. To set healthy boundaries in recovery or any type of way. What's up, Rice Daddy? Any type of way. Mental illnesses, even just if you go out through your day, having a healthy set of boundaries will, in a way, make you feel more welcomed. Because I don't want to be out there in the world where I don't have boundaries because uh I know what I was before I had my healthy boundaries. So, number two is communicating your feelings. Okay? So, everybody has feelings, and sometimes it's hard to address your feelings, but when you take a look at the time and the energy that you have, um, when you clearly understand your feelings, it gives them or people out there a way to understand where you're coming from. But if we are expressing our feelings, okay, this is where I get into my domestic violence advocate, okay? When I discuss my feelings to somebody else, right, I wasn't able to comprehend a lot of what I was feeling. So, and what they were feeling. Like I said, I'm an empath. So when I tried to express my feelings, a lot of people did not understand me. I felt the need that I was, in a way, in the form of chaos. I felt I was lost. A lot of people belittled me. A lot of people disrespected me, and a lot of people confronted me. And that's how I decided that I was going to shut down. Um, when I shut down, it was very hard for me to handle. Um, I put myself in a situation where I would fight a lot. Um, also, this also comes back to childhood behaviors. Um, I grew up with four brothers. So when I try to express my feelings, right, growing up, I had to talk over them. I had to raise my voice more. I had to make myself be heard and seen. So when I try to discuss my feelings, that's mental trigger. Exactly. Triggers, mental triggers. Boom, right there. So when I was trying to discuss my feelings and describing how I was, a lot of people all think I was attacking. So because I talk loud, I'm a loudmouth, and with my stroke in 2014, my voice carries more. I didn't have a voice for a really long time. That was 10 years I didn't have a voice. So now I have a voice. I'm not going to sit down and be quiet when people, in a way, want to belittle me and disrespect me. But that also comes with my worth now. Since I found my worth, I will, in a way, walk away from the situation and I will try to better myself from what I used to be. So when you are trying to communicate your feelings, right, it's more of your mental state of mind, how you really feel deep inside, your heart, your raw heart, the honesty of your heart, the way that you are feeling. So when you are describing how you want to be felt, and a lot of people want to belittle you and disrespect you, what are you going to do? You're going to lash out. If you don't have that mental trigger on lock, I'm going to get into triggers more down the line. But if you don't have that mental trigger on lock, you're going to go back to your old ways. So, in a way, the communicating your feelings is very, very strong. So, we talked about learning how to say no and communicating your feelings. This is how we start forming boundaries. This is how we continue to form boundaries. Every day is a living day, okay? We can't change the past, right? We cannot change the past. What we need to do is focus on now. Who we used to be is not who we are now. I'm going to share it out again. Um, like I said, we are discussing boundaries, boundaries in recovery, or any kind of mental illnesses, or um, in a way, human. We're all human. So if you don't have that healthy boundary set, people are going to walk all over you. People will use you if you don't have boundaries in place. So, um, let's see. I don't need to I don't need to talk about. So, I'm going to talk about what are boundaries. These are two things that we need to do as humans to set some boundaries. But if you don't know what boundaries are, then why am I talking about this? I kind of overstepped. So, boundaries, um, not everybody knows how to comprehend boundaries. It's a fundamental to be someone's overall, right? So, definition is a boundary is set into a limit, right? Which is can be physical, financial, or emotional. Okay. These are your personal boundaries. So what you want to do to set your boundaries is up to you. I can only give you some tools to help you set boundaries. I'm on the For You page. What? I appreciate you share your story. You definitely gonna inspire. Dude, that is very sweet of you to say because I've been lost for a couple months now. And it's I'm getting back to where I used to be. But anyway, so we discuss learn how to say no and communicate your feelings, right? So another thing is respect yourself, okay? How can you possibly expect others to respect you if you fully don't respect yourself? That's a question. If anybody wants to write it out in the chat or come up in the box, you're more than welcome to. I'm all for it. I only have six boxes, but it's a good question to ask yourself, right? How can you possibly expect other people to respect you if you yourself don't respect yourself? So, a lot of my content is positive, right? Positive affirmations and my recovery and, my dancing and stuff like that, right? There's a deep thought into that. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. That's why I dance. It makes me feel happy. Um, it's my outlook on my life, right? I want to be free, so I'm dancing with the music. I want to, I'm a good dancer. Don't get me wrong, I'm a very good dancer, okay? But the positive affirmations is a must. If you don't do positive affirmations, I suggest you do because it's going to give you a totally different outlook on yourself and it's going to give you putting it out into the universe or your higher power. Positive affirmations is very helpful for you. It helps with your mental state, your physical state, and your emotional state, your spiritual state as well. So if you are not okay with yourself, or if you disrespect yourself in any way possible, you're gonna feel disrespected. Sometimes people don't really think about it that way. People don't even know what positive affirmations is, but it's a way to train your thought process to give into society the positive energy into the society, which makes you more positive in yourself. I would say it's a kind of matter I need to focus on me right now. It's nothing against you. That is true. Huh? Oh. I was like, hold on. I totally understand that fully. I had to reread that because my brain's like, huh? But see, that's what we do as overthinkers. But if you do negative self-talk, okay, I'm not good enough. I am not stable enough. I'm not able to love people. I'm so caught up with my own shit that I don't have time for anybody else. That's true. But at the same time, time means a lot to somebody who is in recovery because we were so caught up with our own shit in the past. We didn't have time to fucking we didn't have anything. We were so caught up in the shit that we did that we lost ourselves. We disrespected ourselves. We uh, we had negative self-talk, which is very true because a lot of us don't know our worth when we come into recovery. We lost ourselves a long time ago. It's okay to lose yourself. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to lose yourself as long as you get back to where you're going. I need to refix what I said. Focusing on me right now so I can fully balance myself. Boom. Exactly. And that's the way it works. If you can't fully accept yourself or fully love yourself, who is going to come into your world and fully love you? Don't depend on anybody else to take care of you. That's the thing. You have to be able to take care of yourself. That means your mindset, your physicalness. I'm telling you. But if you can't respect yourself, then who else is going to respect you? So, negative self talk is very damaging to yourself and how other people look at you. Okay? And it impacts how you present yourself. I didn't know how to present myself very well when I was in my active addiction. I did not know how to respect myself. I was all over the place. I was fucking drinking all kinds, doing da 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 da, anywhere, anything. I would be gone half the time. I didn't want to come home. I didn't want to be here because I wanted to do me. I wanted to be selfish and let my mom worry about who I was with. Let my mom worry about what I was doing. It's not right for me to do that to her. But I didn't know about it until I started forming myself in recovery. So we just talked about boundaries in recovery. And a lot of us don't know how to form boundaries. We just discussed how to learn to say no. We discussed how to communicate your feelings and how to respect yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself, who else is going to respect you? No one. So you are loyal to yourself. I know I'm loyal to myself. And when I formed the boundaries that I was forming, it was more of a way for me to mentally be okay with myself, emotionally be okay with myself, physically be okay with myself, spiritually be okay with myself. Having boundaries is necessary for people who are in addiction or even outside of the addiction. We don't need to have people walk all over us because we start self-doubting. We start overthinking this. We start doing this. We start doing that. Anxiety, blah, 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 blah. The list could go on and on and on. It's very important. No, Mudu. It's very important for people to have boundaries. Being able to create and maintain boundaries is very essential for us to be able to understand one another. Drawing the line around loved ones or the people who we care about is a way to protect ourselves. Okay, so we're going to go over to number 4. Yes, I wrote all this down. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm doing this. Okay, so number 4 is, I'm glad you're doing this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Everybody, can you please share it out? I'm trying to get more views in here. It doesn't really matter, really. I'm just probably gonna end up talking to myself eventually. So, number 4, express your needs. Okay, that is very beneficial for everybody in your life to have the needs laid down so we don't have to cross boundaries. You are the only one who knows exactly what you want and need. As a recovering addict, I did not know what I wanted. I did not know what I needed until I started forming my personal boundaries. It all comes in together with the mental illnesses that I've been struggling with my entire life. Okay. When I grew up, I was alone. I had to grow up by myself. Even though I had 4 older brothers, right? They weren't there. I had to do this by myself. So the things that I learned growing up, I did by myself. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to ask for help, because I've maintained doing it by myself for a really long time. Use your voice and be willing to tell other people. So, like I said, I came from a domestic violence situation 10 years ago, 6 years ago. I kind of went from one relationship to another relationship, not healing myself, and I was still caught in my active addiction. So, I had no voice. Being in that kind of relationship takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on everything that you used to do. It takes a toll on everything who we are. We self-doubted. We were confused half the time. We were stuck in this chaos. And I chose my addiction over that chaos, which led me into more addiction and more chaos. Mentally, I was depressed. Physically, I was depressed. I did not know my worth until I started doing my recovery. This is why my recovery is so important to me, to live my life every day dealing with this. The monsters in my head will never sleep, but now I have ways to control my monsters. And yes, I do have issues still. I'm not gonna say I don't. Nobody's nobody has nobody there's nobody out there in this world that doesn't have issues. Okay? But the thing is, I know how to cope with my issues by wording it out and writing it down and doing what I need to do. Finding it hard to stay sober. Vanessa, I got you. Okay? You could always DM me whenever you need to. You know my box is always open. And that's the thing too. I'm discussing boundaries. And a lot of us in addiction don't have boundaries, or even in recovery have boundaries. We have to form boundaries in order for us to have that leeway to go forward in our recovery. And with you, I'm not going to get into it. It's not my business. But with you, it's hard. I know. And that's what I want to address too. So if you want to send me a DM, you're more than welcome to. I'll guide you. I'll talk to you. I'll give you my number if you need to. Like you don't deserve to go back. But you do know that if you don't change the way that you think, you're gonna go back. So that's why I'm here. I'm here in my recovery to share my stories with you and give you the tools that you need so you don't have to go that way. This is what I do in my recovery is I help other people when they need to be helped or want to be helped. And it's hard as hell to ask for help. It is. So my heart goes out to you. So just DM me if you need to, all right? So we've been discussing boundaries in recovery. We've discussed what boundaries are. We've discussed learning how to say no, communication, all the raw and honest communication about how you're feeling, and respecting yourself the way that you need to be respected or want to be respected. Because if you don't respect yourself, who else is going to respect you? Okay. So these are the bullet points that I've been going through. So today we are on number 5. We already discussed how to express your needs. I'm gonna get more into expressing your needs. No one can truly meet your needs unless they know what they are. If you don't even know your needs, how are you going to tell other people your needs? So triggers are very important and boundaries are very important. Okay? But there's a difference between boundaries and triggers. Okay? I'm going to get into that and down more. You have to be able to surround yourself with people who know your needs or want to understand your needs. If people don't understand your needs, then you're going to keep going and going into down a rabbit hole. You have to be able to communicate properly. You have to respect yourself. You have to be able to help them understand who you are. In recovery, that's very, very good to have. Also, when we get into the rooms or when we start doing our stuff in recovery, we start cutting people out. We start overthinking. We start, in a way, being that lone wolf who we've always been, right? So to ask for help is even more harder because we've been doing this by ourselves for so long. So I'm gonna talk about that on a next live, the whole self-sabotaging in a different live. But anyways, so bullet points, maintaining your values, number 5. This is how we get to form the healthy boundaries that we need to go through recovery, go through whatever we're going through. If you don't have strong boundaries, then you're going to be stuck. Okay? So, maintaining your values. When you are not true to your values that you've always had established, right? Then you are not living authentically. The raw and honest truth about who you are or who I used to be is now my assets. I could take whatever I've been through and put it forward and help other people. But that also comes into play where boundaries need to be in store. Boundaries have to have a solid foundation in order for it to work. If you yourself are not doing the work, it's going to crumble. So maintaining your values is a very important part of boundaries. So I did not know my values or who I was until like I said, I started healing myself. I started finding ways about myself that I actually enjoyed. I'm an empath, so yes, it is a blessing and a curse, but that means I love fully. That means I'm able to trust people. I'm able to be vulnerable with people because I want to help. I'm a helper. I try to heal people, but also I have to remember I can't heal people. I can't fix people. That's one thing I needed to do. I couldn't fix people. So when I saw that light inside somebody's soul, right? I wanted to bring that light out. But in regards to that, bringing the light out, I lost myself bringing the light out because I was trying to bring the light into somebody that wasn't wanting that light. So I lost myself. I value myself. I value my family, my love, my kind heart. Yes, I get emotional sometimes because that's who we are. We're humans. We're not aliens. We're not robots. We have feelings. But being able to understand your feelings will help somebody understand who you truly are. God is one of my values. If I didn't have him, I wouldn't be sober. My family, like you need to know your values and who you are in order for people to value you. Okay? That is one way to set those boundaries. Number 6, let people earn your trust. So, trusting people is good. Yes, trusting people is very good. But trusting them before they give you any reason to trust them is kind of setting you up for failure. Okay? Because you're trusting these people or you're trusting these humans or anything else. You're trusting them to trust you. But it's okay. Trust comes as it goes. And that's one thing that I need to do. Trusting. I could trust myself now because I couldn't trust myself before. I couldn't. I was a mess up. I thought I was worthless. I wasn't able to be characterized into society because of my addiction. But once I started recovering and building my boundaries, right, I was able to be able to trust myself again. I was able to find my worth in whatever situation. I was able to have these boundaries set in place so when I get the need and want I need, I'm going to be okay with my recovery. And that takes time. It takes time, it takes healing, and you have to let others do the same. As much as it hurts, you have to let them trust you at your own time, in their own way. Allowing you in is very important for people. Allowing yourself to have other people inside is very, it's hard. Because, like I said, we've done this all our life on our own. We've done this for so long, being alone, feeling alone. We isolate ourselves. We start overthinking situations that we are not happy of. But if you don't overthink, then it's not going to be like that. Allowing yourself to trust other people is what it's how we live. But if you are so fucked up in the past, right? How the fuck are you supposed to trust people? By all means, I'm listening. I, it's astonishing how we grow and how our minds work. Because if we're so fucked up in the past, if I'm all fucked up in the past, I'm not going to allow myself to trust anybody. I'm going to be in my train of thought where I'm feeling alone. How could you feel alone when there's people there? But allowing you to trust somebody fully and allowing yourself to fully understand your own point of trust, that's how we can form boundaries. If people don't respect your boundaries, then what are you doing? I've been in this process of recovery for 4 years. I just got my 4-year chip the 22nd. And I have boundaries because I allowed myself to let go of what I used to be and form who I am now. In all else, we have to have a solid foundation in order to build on. If we don't have a solid foundation, it's all going to be fucked. I mean, it's hard when we get into addiction because addiction is a disease of the brain. Yes, I also believe that it's genes plus the choices we make equals addiction. But if the choices that we make go so far, it starts affecting our brain, mentally affecting our brain, physically affecting our brain, where we don't have that train of thought that we were before. Nobody's out to get anybody, but it all comes down to boundaries, communication, love, loyalty, maintaining your values. If you don't maintain your values, then it's going to be all messed up. 7 is another bullet point. I came up with 8 of them. Building relationships slowly. Oh, thank you for coming in. I've been online for a couple, I don't know, like an hour. I don't even know how long I've been online. But I've been going over boundaries. I've already discussed 6 of them. Building relationships slowly. That's what we all need. Building relationships slowly. It's related to letting people in, earning trust to build a relationship slowly. Like I said, you have to have a solid foundation in order for anything to work. If you don't have a solid foundation in yourself, it's not going to work. If you don't have a solid foundation in other people, it's not going to work. But it takes time. It takes time, and patience is necessary to build upon. And it's in recovery, it's not a journey. In recovery, it is a journey. We have to do so much footwork in order for us to truly be who we are. And it takes a lot of healing, deep rooted traumas that we've had to go through, deep rooted issues that we've struggled with for generations and generations. Doing this live, can I join? Yeah. Whoever wants to join. We're discussing boundaries. I would like to stay on topic though. If you do have other issues right now, then I'll just invite you. Oh, recovery is possible. What's up?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know what's going on with my camera. Oh, it says,
Um,
oh, there, wait a minute. There we go. All right. Hey,
what's
so
up?
you're talking about boundaries?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, my situation with boundaries was I didn't know, let's see, I didn't actually grasp the concept of what boundaries were. I didn't know how to separate negative from positive, good from bad, who I needed in my life and who I didn't. Uh, that was the hard one for me, the boundaries things, because if you try to get close to someone and you try to help them or they're trying to help you, you have to set that boundary to where you know that they're not trying to manipulate you. They're not trying to use what you have or use what you're doing to gain for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I had to set boundaries with my family.
Yep.
Uh, I've been clean now for celebrated 19 months on the 20th. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And the only people that I have in my life now are my closest family, my parents that I'm still grateful to have, my children. I've got a relationship with them now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Before an active addiction, their boundaries or walls were set up so high and so far deep that they wouldn't, they didn't talk to me. They didn't have nothing to do with me. Um, like I said, I have my close family, my kids and my wife, and just a couple coworkers and, best friends that are in recovery. So those boundaries that I had to set were pretty hard to actually do because my family is my family. My
Oh yeah.
cousins, my aunts, my uncles. I even had to set a boundary with me and my dad because he still drinks and he still does his little thing. But appreciate y'all. Congratulations. Thank y'all. Um, I had to set a boundary with, even my dad. Minute boundary. I mean, I still go around, but when he gets to that point where he's, either drunk or he's finna, get that way, I gotta go. I gotta get on down. And um so yeah, that was the hardest thing for my boundaries was actually let's see who to set them with and how to set what boundaries with them.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Because
totally agree with that one.
yeah, it's just a struggle in itself to I guess weed out the rocks in your driveway. If you know what I mean, just take the good ones and get and have to let go of the bad ones. Because anybody that was, I guess, with me in active addiction was only with me for what I had, not who I was.
Exactly. Hmm.
So, and those boundaries, there was no boundaries. There was just go, 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 help, give, give, give. And, you know, if another boundary that I've had trouble with, because I've got a big heart, I like to help any and everybody
Yeah.
that I can. But like I was saying, somebody that was trying to, somebody that is, you're, I love this. You should do this every day. I would like to. I would like to. Another boundary that's, when I was saying you have to be careful with who you help and make sure they're not trying to manipulate you. If you help someone, just say, like when I'm driving down the interstate and I get off and I see somebody that's holding a sign that's homeless. And if I see them multiple times, then yeah, I'm going to give them some money
Yeah.
because I'm in a position right now where $5 is not going to hurt me. But if I continue to see that person at the same spot, same spot, same spot, I'm going to ask them, what other kind of help do you need? Do you need clothes? Do you need shelter?
Yeah.
But if somebody comes to me and asks for help and I help them, and then I see them taking my help for granted, that's a boundary that I'm going to have to put up with that person, and I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to say help them, but I'm not going to be so reluctant into helping them so much because they keep taking my kindness for weakness.
Exactly. And that's where we have to process the boundaries that we put in place. Not only are you allowing yourself to have that leeway to help other people, but in a way you're not in a way you're kind of slacking in your boundaries where you're putting yourself out there more and they're taking it all in, right?
Yeah,
But what are they doing back? Is
right,
it are they giving you back what you are giving back or what
right.
you're dishing out? Are they giving it back to you? See, with me, when I got into my recovery, it wasn't until I actually found my boundaries and I started putting my boundaries in place, right? I started thinking relationship. It doesn't matter if it's physical, intimate, business oriented, friendship. We have to have that solid set of boundaries. We also have to remember that whatever we give, we should get back. It
Exactly.
should be equal give and take, right? If you're giving and giving and giving and all these people are getting it and getting and getting it, are they giving it back to you? Would you break your back with it? Would they break their back for you if
Right,
you broke their back for them? See,
right.
that's when I started doing that research. I started, figuring this out inside my head, right? So I think of it as a seed. Okay.
As a
A
what? I'm
seed,
sorry.
a seed,
A
like a
seat.
plant
Okay. Yeah.
seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I grow like plants and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Um, so and flowers and stuff. I'm an herbalist, so
That's
that's
awesome.
what I do for a living.
I would like to pick your brain off alive about some herbs.
Dude, I know so much. I know so much. It's not even funny. But so I think of it as a seed, right? If we put the seed in the ground, what's it gonna do?
Well, it's going to either sprout or it's going to dry out.
Exactly. But if we don't give it enough water, if we don't give it enough sunlight, what's gonna happen? It's gonna
That's
dry
it.
out.
You're right.
If
It's going
we
to dry out.
overwater the seed, right, it's
It's going
gonna
to die out.
die.
Right.
If we give it too much sunlight, it's gonna die.
Right.
So it has to be equal give and take. In order for that plant to grow and sprout, it has to have roots. It has to have a solid foundation in
Right.
order for it to build strong roots into the
Yeah.
ground so it could spike up and grow
And bloom. Right.
and bloom. But if we give it too much this or too much that, it's not going to do anything. You're going to be stuck inside this seed that's not sprouting. As much as you try and try and try, if it's not equal give and take, you're going to die.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
What's up? What's
And
up?
huh?
Oh, sorry. Somebody was in the chat, said hi. What's up?
Oh, you're okay,
Sorry. Keep
Mystic
going.
Green, Mystic Green Goddess. I was just saying, hey, Mystic, and then I just looked at your name. They're talking to you.
Yeah. Hi.
uh, but yeah, the I like that analogy when you just said that about the seed because that
What's up, JC?
that is. Let's see, how can I put this?
Wow.
I haven't. I've looked at things that way, but then sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, my mind goes a different way. Because it doesn't register. Hey, man, I just keep helping this guy, helping this guy, helping this guy, and exactly what you said. What is he doing to help me, or what is he doing to mostly help himself? Where that's he's
Hmm.
helping me, so I don't keep giving and giving and giving. Um, I mean, I don't know if you've watched any of my videos or anything like that, but um, I'm trying to start a movement here in my area of not only just addicts, but anybody that's in any kind of struggle.
Yeah.
Because just because, addicts aren't the only people that have struggles. I suffer from dual diagnosis. I've got mental health issues and I've been with friends 26 years.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Damn.
Ooh, that must be so hard on you.
So many enabled him. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is that is
So right
awful.
now we're discussing boundaries and how to properly put boundaries in place and give tools and outlets on boundaries. Because a lot of us that we come into addiction, we have no idea what boundaries are.
Oh
Growing
no.
up, we had no idea what boundaries were until we started our recovery journey. And a lot of us still struggle with forming solid boundaries and healthy boundaries,
Hmm.
myself included. Exactly. So he's here and he's discussing his friend. So I'll get back to you. You can always message me. I want to hear what he says. Sorry, you have
You
my
know
brain's
I'm
all over the
working
place.
bars. I'm not a drinker, but not drinking is honor. That's good. Not drinking in his honor. That's awesome.
So you said
Um,
that you want to do a movement where you're at, right?
okay, yeah. So I'm trying. I'm trying to put together because I mean, with my mental health, I got everything going on up here, and it's so hard to focus on what I need to do in one thing and like brainstorm because my brainstorming is like a tornado. It's just everywhere. So, but the movement is I'm trying to help anybody that's in a struggle. Like I'm not. I'm a 5-time felon. I've got mental health issues, and I'm in recovery. So I can cover a broad aspect of people that can need help.
Mm-hmm.
And see, this is where I get jumbled up trying to explain what I'm trying to do. The movement, I'm just getting out there the word that I'm here to help. That I'm going to try it, and I'm going to try to turn it into a nonprofit in
Ooh,
my
that'd
area,
be good.
and hopefully bloom from my area out to America because one of the main things I want to reach is the kids, the children, and try to change that mindset of the children because music is a subliminal message telling them what they need to do when they grow up, and everything that they're listening to is damaging their brains, damaging their minds. It's going to control how they live because we've seen so many that it's done. So the youth, the children, I want to reach and try to change their mindset and make America like what it was, you know, 100, 200 years ago. Like everybody's together. And not everybody's together, but we
Where
are
the
stronger in
egos get
numbers.
dropped, the egos get dropped, and we all help one another. Yeah,
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
been wanting to do that for a really long time because a lot of people they have those egos all the way up there that don't want to. listen to anybody else or even open up their eyes or their ears to have somebody else's opinions on something without taking it the wrong way.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Because I got one, I got a video called "Swallow That Pill" called Pride, and try to deal with humility. Because, like you said, people's egos are so high that if somebody disagrees with them, it's the worst
Chaos.
thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's like it's not. I'm not trying to down you, bro. I'm just trying to give you another insight on how I take it and how I've gotten through it, and what I think about your situation. But
Yeah.
I've got I've got a couple names that I want to try to start it with. It's either going to be United Struggles Enterprise, which is irony because the initials are U's,
Hmm.
USE, and then or Fuse, FUSE, for United Struggles Enterprise. I've checked online about the names I'm in Tennessee with the Tennessee Secretary of State. Neither one of them have been used. Uh, so
Grandma Road. Grandma.
that would be my ego has slapped around and it's constantly slapping. Yeah, yeah. But that's
These are my people.
right, right. So I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, but I've got a group called My People also. Um,
I'll actually
if
look into that because
yeah, on that,
I'm all for recovery in
yeah,
any aspects anyway whatsoever, and not even in recovery either. Mental illnesses, because we all know we all struggle with dual diagnosis, like
some way, form, or
some
fashion,
way or
we do.
form.
Yeah,
Exactly.
hmm I'll pick you up.
She's gonna
Well,
love
I'll
you.
pick you up too. So yeah, so my goal is to reach out and have somebody take my hand, and then I reach out again this side, and they reach out again that side, and they take someone's hand, and because we can't do this alone.
No,
There's
we can't.
there's no, and I'm just not talking about addiction. I'm talking about any struggle at all. We cannot do this alone, no matter how long you've been in recovery. Those egos slap the shit out of Yeah, they do. Yes,
Oh,
they do. Yes, they do.
that's a good
I made a
train of
video
thought.
last night that I've made a video last night that I felt like I was almost falling into the complacency bubble because like things of yesterday, small, minute things of yesterday weren't bothering me that they were today, and then so on and so on. I'm just not wanting to get into that bubble where I am so comfortable thinking that, oh, I've got this, I got this, I don't need no help, and then boom, there it is. You
Oh,
know what I'm
I like
saying?
the
I've been
fuse
doing,
actually. I like the fuse, to be honest with you.
yeah.
What's up, beautifully twisted and
I love you
chaos? I
personally. I
love it.
love respect to both of y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the sharing that you're doing. Also, that's
Thank
what we
you.
need. That's what we need. We need to reach. We need more people that will put down them boundaries and actually get out of their comfort zone. And then somebody that's actually out there trying to help and not manipulate or use, we let them know that it's okay to be out of their comfort zone. You know, we embrace them when they're outside of their comfort zone. I get too comfortable and forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Is that?
So that's also, I'm gonna be talking about that in the next live. I'm gonna be doing self-sabotage
Oh man.
because that definitely sounds like
Yes,
we all need a different outlook on self-sabotage. I've done a lot. See, this is what I do. I work with my computer. I'm very, see, this is my
proactive.
pad. I'm very proactive. I said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
That's
But most of it,
yes.
I'm speaking from my heart. But
Right.
yeah.
Are you going to do the live at the same time or?
I think I'm gonna start doing it on the week because my kids are gonna be in school that time of day. So
Right.
I'm not really doing much of anything. I can't really work because I'm taking care of my mom. So it allows me to have like that hour time frame because my mom doesn't really get out of bed until
Okay.
10:30. So I think I'm gonna start doing lives from 9 to 10:30 ish.
Lace Slack Wig. I'm glad you're here.
I'm here. I'm new here. What's up, Lace?
yes, sir. Yeah. Um,
Lena. Lace. Lena. Oh.
Okay,
Oh
happy
no, you don't have
birthday, many
followers.
blessings. So what time frame are you in? Because I would love to join every day. I work second shift in my time frame. It's 2:30 to 11. So
I'm in California. On the West Coast.
oh
So
shit.
I
So
would be starting at 9, and I don't know what time that would be for you. You
10,
said you were in Tennessee.
yeah, so I'm 3 hours ahead of you. So 9, 10, 11. So that'd be 12.
That would be
So
like
that's
lunchtime.
right. Well, I'm not, I'm just now, if you can tell, I'm just getting up, getting started here because my day don't start till about 10:30, 11 o'clock also because, uh, I work in second shift.
You're good. You're good. Everybody that's coming in, thank you so much for joining us. So we were discussing
Boundaries?
boundaries and recovery. And before I wrap this all up, I'm probably gonna still be online. I don't know. I don't have to get my kid until 12. 12:55.
Boundaries and recovery.
Yeah, it's boundaries and recovery. So, I did want to touch on we have to believe in ourselves. Because if
Mm,
we don't believe in ourselves, because our recovery relies on who we are
hmm
and who we are going to be and who we are today. If we don't, it relies on ourselves. Even at the worst of times, it still relies on ourselves. Like,
hmm
we're the only person that can control our boundaries. We are the only person that control our actions.
Right.
Other people's opinions, it shouldn't matter other
No,
people's opinions. If we keep our side of the street clean, that's what we need to do.
that's our,
It
yeah.
it shouldn't be about them. It should be about our point of view, our
hmm
situation, our recovery. Yes, it's good to have people there in our recovery, but we still have to have those borders, the boundaries in place. Because
Right.
even if we come in the rooms, right, and we go
hmm
to the meetings and stuff like that, there's a lot of people that are new in recovery, that some people still use in recovery. We have to be able to we have to be able to, expand our knowledge and build the solid foundation. And we also have to work on our triggers because if we don't know our triggers,
Right.
how are we going to have boundaries?
How are we deal with the triggers when they come about and smack us in the
Hmm.
face? Right, exactly. I wanted to ask, or say something. Hold on. Vanessa, Vanessa
Vanessa,
Atosa.
she's
Okay,
one of my
that's my problem.
followers. Can you please follow her back because she's also struggling in her recovery and she's
Of
been in
course.
prison. So she's
Yes, yeah,
she's
most
trying
definitely.
to get herself out there.
Right. Oh, shit. I just followed, but um, I wanted to touch on that because I've been to prison twice, and you know, growing up in a messed up place, and then going to juveniles at a young age, and then going to prison, it was very, very hard to actually become a man. I guess you would say okay. I was
But you keep
Yeah, I was a little boy in a man's body. I've got 19 months clean now. So for 37 years, I didn't know who I was, what I was doing, where I was going. Um, the very first thing that I had to do, which you are doing, which is awesome, is ask for help because we can't do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. Even the billionaires and trillionaires out there, they're not doing it alone. So ask for help and then look at yourself every day. Tell yourself that you're worth it because you are. You are worth it. You are worth whatever's coming your way. Whatever good is going to come your way. Tell yourself you love yourself because what's in the past is in the past. I don't judge anybody, and I definitely don't look at their past to see who they are today because that's not them. As long as they're trying to change themselves. So I don't know how I am out here. So how long was you in prison? Stay the price of someone else. Like I feel that. Right. So me too. 20. Whoa, congratulations for, oh man,
Yeah, she was in for
con-
24 years.
congratulations. So you're still angry about
She's
the
been one of my,
injustice.
yeah, she's been one of my followers since day one.
That's,
We follow each other on Facebook and all kinds of stuff.
well, my name's
She's been,
Rob on Facebook in Tennessee. It's capital ROB, then space capital ROB. Follow
okay,
me, I'll follow you
I'll look
back.
you up.
Yeah, I was innocent. Yeah, I believe that. I believe in injustice and wrongdoing. Oh, no, no. Yeah, thank you for listening. That's, I just try to get a message out. I want to reach everybody and help everybody that I can possibly
Yeah,
can.
I'm
Uh,
in my meeting.
so, uh,
Yep.
Mystic, are you having to go?
No, no, no. My
Okay.
mom just got up. I also want to ask you, are you okay with me smoking cigarettes? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. To each their own, sweetheart. To each their own. You're amazing. And if you need anything, let me know. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Taste my rainbow. Thank you for
I've been
getting
sitting
with
at a
Vanessa with that.
computer, sitting down for like an hour, and I need to get up and like
Oh yeah. Yeah. Get your
move.
bones stretched back out again. Of
Yes,
course. Yeah. Most definitely.
I have ADHD, so I've been sitting.
I see you rocking. You're ready to go. You're ready to go. Yeah. So back, Vanessa, what I was trying to tell you is when I got out of prison, I went back straight to active addiction. So when I finally realized that I needed to ask for help, I had to be willing to accept it also. Of course,
Boom.
I know that I mean, I could only imagine because last time I was in prison, they tried to offer me 23 years. Once I get 2,000 years, once I get 2,000 years, I will struggle. Oh,
I can't.
to a thousand followers.
Grandma, hold on. Grandma, can you follow Vanessa too, please? I'm trying to get her up to 1K so she could actually
Oh,
join
join
on my
us.
live.
Yeah.
She's been trying to get her 1K followers for a really long time. I've
Mm.
been trying to push it, but
Okay. I don't know how to. I guess if when I go on my videos, if I want to get her out, so I just say her name, or do I need? How do I get her on my videos to get other people to
you
follow?
need to follow her and then you have to tag her and you could put her name in the video and says
Right.
please follow.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I've when you asked me to, I definitely just went and hit the follow button. Most definitely get
And then
on.
there's also follow trains too, where she could go in and people will follow her.
Right. I tell you what. I will go, Vanessa. If you could post a video, just one, it doesn't matter. I will promote your video. I will pay
Duet.
with that, but I will promote. I will pay TikTok to get your video out there just to get you some followers so we can get you on our lives and we can all share until justice is my approach.
Yep.
Um,
But also, that also has a lot of train ish. Like if you keep focusing on all that, it's gonna be even difficult.
are you talking to me or are you talking to her?
Vanessa.
Okay,
I
yeah,
guess I know you're in recovery.
yeah, yeah. Recovery too. Yeah, so that's even that much more harder to get through. And I commend you so much for surviving surviving 24 years in prison. That's a feat in itself. I know, but
I
it
know.
drives me nuts. It drives us all nuts, sweetheart. It drives us all nuts. I can't say that I wasn't guilty because I was, but the way they went about it and the way they treated me, it wasn't. It's not justice. We can't have justice, proper justice in this country
In
now.
this
Yeah,
society, nope.
yeah, because everybody and anybody's pointing the finger at the next person and not willing to take responsibility. So therefore, your injustice, the person or people, I believe that were around you, that were with you, are cowards because they couldn't do. but they couldn't do what you did. That's why evidently they had to put you out there like that and get you locked up. Today is the day you got to move your feet on now. Right. Right. Oh, I bet you did lose so much, and I'm so sorry again. But as I was saying, the past is the past, sweetheart. You can't keep dwelling in the past because if you're looking backwards, as you try to go forward, you're going to stumble and fall. And that's like that's not. It's going to be hard to overcome. I know, but that's yesterday. Yeah, Grandma, that's correct. It is yesterday. So, like I was saying, the past is the past, sweetheart. You have to, yeah, keep moving forward. Yep. Thank you, Lawrence. Staying strong and having, what are you doing? Having a support system is very, very critical and very needed in our recoveries and our reentries. Uh,
Yep, I have to agree with that one. If you don't have a support system, then we have to find one.
yes, yeah, and we're here trying to reach out to give you one right now. Um, I have to ground myself in today every day. Yep, I mostly use the 5 4 3 2 1 method. It doesn't feel that way because I still have to be on parole. Can't make any more out of fear. Can't make any move out of fear. Well, don't fear. Don't fear. Don't have the fear that you're having. Overcome it. We can overcome it. We can help you overcome it. I just joined the support.
That's I have a whole mess of topics that I'm gonna be discussing. That's one of them.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. Still praying for someone else crying. Yeah, I really can't speak on that the because I guess I did my crime, so I had to do the time on my side. But the injustice, uh, I mean, I can only apologize so many times for them because they're just. I will be okay. Thanks for listening. Thank you for sharing, most definitely. And I'm hoping I've got to jump off here. I got to get ready for work. But tomorrow, you said
Okay.
like 9 o'clock your time.
Um, well, I was thinking the weekends, I'm most likely going to be with my kids and stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that,
right.
so it's
Tomorrow's
going to be a
Saturday.
little bit difficult.
I forgot
So
tomorrow's
I
Saturday. I'm
might be
sorry.
online. I don't know if I'm going to or not, but I'm gonna be doing this during the week
Okay.
around the
I,
same time.
I forgot tomorrow's Saturday. That's how my days run together. I'll check with you on later. It's great
Okay.
talking to you. Thank you, bro. All right. Hey, I love every single one
My
of y'all.
birthday,
Just stay
my
strong.
birthday's tomorrow. I just
Whose
realized
birthday?
that. My actual birthday is tomorrow. My solar date was the 22nd.
So your birthday's tomorrow. Well, happy birthday if we don't talk
Thank
tomorrow.
you. I totally forgot my birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, I gotta jump off here. I love y'all. Y'all be safe.
Of course. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be back on Monday.
Okay.
I'll be
Thank you.
back on Monday. Yes, thank y'all. Bye.
Have a good day. All right. Well, that was nice. That was nice of him to come in. Almost birthday twins. Yeah, exactly. I'll talk to you later. I will be on probably, I don't know, today. Have a good day too, and I'll try to duet one of your videos and give you a shout out. I want to get you up to 1K followers so you could actually come on live. So the only thing I wanted to say is the boundaries that we have in place. We need to have that solid foundation. Um, Boundaries will help you and others honor who you are and help from a solid foundation as well. So I want you to believe in yourself. 3 positive affirmations. I would like you to tag me on a video about positive affirmations. 3 of them. And the boundaries are there to protect you. And the next live, I would probably be talking about more triggers. And or I might be talking about self-sabotage. If you guys want to touch on a subject, please message me or email me. So I just want you guys to move forward, and I hope that you guys have a beautiful day. And 3 positive affirmations. That would be awesome. Tag me in a video. Much love. Blessings to all you guys that joined me on my live. And thank you for coming in. Much love. I'll be back. Oh, look. Cassie just joined. I'll be back on Monday. I will most likely be talking about self-sabotage. But yeah. So again, thank you for coming in, and I will talk to you guys soon. 3 positive affirmations. I love you. Love you all, faces. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay. Mwah.